this is a sector that we cannot ignore.
Yes.
So once we level up this sector, this will really level up the GDP instantaneously, and we can do it here in the DTI. Never ever think that having little is a challenge.
enough.
It's not enough. I know the hardships. You need to give up a lot of things. I mean, I gave up so much.
All
I don't
yeses.
accept no for an answer.
Mga ka-asenso, ready ka na bang sumakses in life? Gusto mo bang i-level up ang pangarap mo? Mag-expand ng business, or maybe you're just waiting for a sign or inspiration to start your business? Well, ka-asenso, you're in the right hands. Kami na ang bahala sa'yo. We got you. Let's all be inspired together by stories of pagbangon, pag-asa at kwento ng tagumpay. Winning stories of Filipino entrepreneurs who bravely champion Filipino-made products. Talaga namang gawang Pinoy. Hatid ng Department of Trade and Industry, ito po ang DTI ASENSO Pilipino, ang kaagapay sa pag-asenso ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Good day mga ka-asenso! Oras na para sa isang kwentong punong-puno ng inspirasyon, impormasyon at syempre kwentong success. Ako po si Isabel Daza, ang kaagapay niyo sa pag-asenso. I'm sure a lot of you are curious and have been searching for what is our show all about, but don't worry, since we're here to help. We'll make it easy for you. To talk about what DTI ASENSO Pilipino is all about, we have with us today the Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, Secretary Cris Roque.
Yeah.
So nice to have you here
I know.
in
Hi,
your
Bel.
own office.
Yes, yeah, hi, Bel. I look forward to our discussion today, and I really want to share exactly what the DTI has to offer to all the people, especially those that are part of the micro, small, and medium enterprises.
Yes, this show was created for the small to medium entrepreneurs out there
Yes.
who need help from DTI, and also to
Yes.
showcase the stories. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. We have to realize that the micro, small, and medium enterprises comprises of 99.5% of the business establishment in the Philippines.
Wow.
And 62% of the labor force. So this is a sector that we cannot ignore.
Yes.
So once we level up this sector, this will really level up the GDP instantaneously, and we can do it here in the DTI. All we need to do is to just make sure nakatuto kami sa kanila.
I'm so inspired kaagad. Wait, let's go back before we dive in there. Let's go back to you, Secretary Cris. How did you come about this position? Maybe a lot of people don't know also your background. I know that you were the undersecretary before, right? And you are also an entrepreneur in your own right.
Yes, I have a 30-year experience in business, but I really started as a micro. I started with 6,000 pesos,
What?
Yeah, 30 years ago, and only then did I realize that 6,000 or having little is actually an advantage rather than a challenge.
Really?
That's what I always tell the MSMEs. Never ever think that having little is a challenge.
enough.
It's not enough. But actually, when you have little, then you realize, okay, ito na lang yung meron ako. I better make the best out of this.
Or you become creative kung paano mo
Yes,
gagamitin
exactly.
yung perang yan.
Yes.
30 years ago with 6,000 pesos and you were able to
and
build.
a dream, yeah.
Amazing. And then you worked po as an undersecretary.
Yeah,
For how many years?
No, I was an undersecretary for like 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
And what they let me handle was MSME development. When
Very specific.
Yeah, exactly. As undersecretaries, iba-iba yung functional group. So, when I handled that, dun ko na-realize that maybe I could do something more, and maybe this was my calling. I really felt my heart was here. So, after that, they offered me the higher position, and I said, I'll go for this. This is actually one chance in a lifetime, and it's also a way for me to give back after all that, the blessings that has been given to me. I must trace back when I was in college. I took an easy course, and then I transferred to the College of Engineering, and I felt that maybe if I pushed myself higher, then maybe I could make a go of my life. So I would go to church every day. And,
Wow. Okay.
and
Yeah, it's
prayed
great
and
to
made
have
sure
that.
that if God helped me, I would uplift the lives of the people that worked for me, and that if I could give back, then maybe this was my time to give back. So when it was offered to me, then I gladly accepted it, and I really love my job, and I'm enjoying myself.
Oh, that's so nice to hear, and it really shows by how your energy is. And syempre,
Yes.
we're all here today because of you.
Thank
But
you.
Secretary Cris, before we move forward, kapag iniisip ng mga Pilipino ang DTI, ang unang naiisip nila is business permit. But can you tell us, what does the Department of Trade of Industry stand for? Or what is it all about?
Yeah, okay. The DTI is actually a really broad department, no? We have three main focus. Number one is international trade and foreign investment. Napaka-importante itong for our country. Why? It gives us a lot of income, and it gives us also bulk jobs, which is exactly what we need and which is exactly what the President wants. That's one. Number two is the fair trade and consumer protection. We must protect the consumers from the products that are being sold in the market. So the DTI sets the standards, and all the manufacturers must follow.
Meaning there are certain rules. Hindi ka lang pwedeng basta-basta magbenta. So the DTI protects the consumers.
Yes, we protect the consumers as well as the manufacturers also. So it should be a win-win for both. And we also protect the consumers from the products that are being brought in, especially now. Sobrang lakas ng e-commerce, so anything can be sold online easily. So they must have to go to the DTI, but we strictly monitor and enforce this.
So if e-commerce seller ka, kailangan magrehistro sa DTI.
Yes.
Para maging legitimate business. Tama ba?
Correct. Yeah. Mag-register sa DTI, and you have to get a clearance from DTI if you're able to sell, let's say, appliances. Ang dami ng, let's say, mga nangyayaring scams, or let's say, a lot of, example, the Christmas lights. A lot of deaths have happened because of the Christmas lights.
Okay.
Or substandard steel. Hindi naman pwede kasi the buildings might collapse because the steel
So
is
DTI
not.
din,
DTI, yeah. All the products in the market has to go to DTI for checking.
Wow.
Including tiles, including car parts, everything. Has to
Ako
go
naman,
to
I'm
DTI.
thinking per DTI NCR permit number, di ba? Laging ganun
Yes,
sa
yeah. Yun
radio
lang
ads.
yung ano.
But it really encompasses everything.
Everything,
So you guys
yeah.
have such a
broad,
difficult
super
job.
laki ng ano. And the third is the MSME development. MSME is, of course, they always say that my heart is with the MSMEs. Actually, I'm really for all these three. But of course, MSME is really the sector that needs the help the most.
Yeah.
So this is where we can really put our effort the most. This is exactly why the ASENSO Pilipino program is all about. No, we
Yes.
want to be able to showcase to the people that there are indeed success stories, and if they just push a little bit more or strive for excellence, then they can really definitely get to their destination.
Yeah. So when we talk about MSMEs, that's micro,
Small
to
and medium enterprises.
enterprises.
Yes, yeah.
So people who are just starting their business, sa mga nanonood, kunyari nag-iisip sila, do I do this? Do I push through or not? Marami silang matututunan dito sa DTI ASENSO Pilipino, because we will be interviewing different types of people with their success stories, and also to learn from maybe their mistakes, yung mga challenges that they face.
Yes,
Let's talk about the DTI programs. Alam ko marami kayong mga programs to help these entrepreneurs. Can you talk about some of them?
Yeah, okay. Actually, for the MSME development, it really encompasses these 5 main strategies, no? Which is number 1, digitalization. We must go digital.
Tama.
The only way for us to really get the message across and to be able to disseminate information and to sell quickly and cheaply is to use the digital platform. So, yun talaga, digital. We must go digital. All you need is yourself, your cell phone, and the product. Okay ka na, you can get started.
Yeah.
We had a lot of TikTok stars. In fact, we have one laing who went with us, who joined the DTI. That's the one, 300,000 pesos a day. Wow. Yeah, and she was actually one of the stars that was brought to the presidential visit. Actually, I didn't know na umasenso na siya until I saw her there.
Really?
Yeah, kasi ang dami namang umaasenso. Number 2 is to diversify.
Okay.
They must diversify. They need to find a second source. Hindi na pwede isa lang ang source ng negosyo. Even Warren Buffett said, we must always find the second source, because if anything happens to the first source, at least meron tayong fallback. The second, third, fourth, it's just like, let's say, Jollibee. Dati gumagawa lang siya ng burger. When they made Chicken Joy, they didn't realize mas malakas pa ang Chicken Joy kaysa burger. So, they expanded into other products that are related to the business. So, kailangan nilang mag-diversify. So, pag nagbenta ng bigas, hindi lang pwede bigas. Dapat they can sell other produce
Siguro
that are,
vegetables or something.
vegetables or let's
At
say
ito ang
canned
programa.
goods or
Yeah.
what.
And this is something that DTI helps them with in the program.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Diversifying.
So, diversify. Number 3 is financing. We have a bank in DTI, the SB Corp, which before I came in, they needed collateral and it was difficult to loan. But I totally changed the rules. Now, no more collateral and 1 year for you before you can pay the principal and interest so that you can at least have 1 whole year to get started.
Alam mo, that will really change the lives of entrepreneurs.
Yes,
because
yeah.
most of them don't have pang-collateral, diba? Most of pang-collateral has to be property or something very valuable like a car. And sila they're starting off.
Yes,
so you're saying that the DTI, gumawa sila ng programa on loans that you don't have to have collateral and it's 1 year to pay.
Yes, yeah. 1 year before you start to pay. So, and then you have 3 to 5 years payment terms. So, example, nahirapan ka on the first year, you can pay interest lang muna. No need for the principal.
So, kanino po silang lalapit if interested yung mga nanunood now to take a loan?
Yes, they can go to sbcorp.gov.ph or you can go to report to sec at dti.gov.ph or you can call 1-384.
Wow, memorize mo.
Yeah, memorize ko na yan.
Halatang you made the program.
Yes,
and then, yung team nyo po, sila nagfe-filter, tinitignan, okay ba tong business na to? Is it legitimate? Is it, maybe, is the person trustworthy and earning? Ganon? Is there interview process? Ano yung screening?
Actually, it's very easy. It's just the business name registration or any government ID. We make it easy for them to loan because if we don't make it easy, then how can they loan?
Yeah.
Right? And these people don't really have all these papers. We just want them to get started with the business.
So few requirements lang tapos makakakuha na kayo ng loan.
So 24 hours to 5 days ang approval.
Yeah.
Before it took months because they needed to verify the collateral. Pero ngayon wala na ganun. So we have different types of loan, but the total amount is 10 billion. We can loan out 10 billion pesos for the MSMEs to recover.
What is the highest amount and the lowest amount?
They can loan 5,000 up to 30 million, 40 million, depending on the business. Yeah.
Oo. Siyempre, if you're just starting, hindi ka hihiram ng 30 million. Wala
Hindi,
pa.
mga 10,000. Sometimes, if they diversify, let's say bigasan, like the sari-sari store, we have the I told them they need to diversify. They cannot, kasi the sari-sari store, let's say this is their, let's say husband and wife, okay pa eh. Pero, pag nadagdagan na ng anak, it becomes a problem na. Whatever they earn is already not enough. So, they need to sell other things. So, that's another program that we'll be launching soon, the Micro to Mighty.
What's Micro to Mighty?
That's a program for the sari-sari store diversification program. But I'll talk about that later on because I'm doing this loans with DBP through through GCash and Paymaya. But we're gonna launch that soon.
Really? So you have to collaborate.
Yeah.
You have to collaborate with different government agencies also to uplift them.
Yes,
They also need to learn, I guess, financing as a business owner, diba? How to manage your inventory. Pag bibili ka, dapat kailangan isa-sell mo or sell-through. Tama ba?
Yes. And then the fourth is franchising. We need to explore the business of franchising. Why? First, it's just a manual. So if you get the money or you loan the money, we have franchise fund in SB Corp. You can loan and then after that you can get into franchise. So we have the top 20 franchise companies from the Philippine Franchising Association. So you just choose from there. You can either franchise as an OFW abroad, let's say a famous potato
corner.
That's the brand. The famous potato French fries brand or the famous siomai or so many others that they can.
So, kung nanonood sa atin mga audience ngayon, mga ka-asenso, sasabihin nila, alam mo, I wanna start a business pero hindi ko alam kung saan. Pupunta sa DTI.
DTI,
you have the top 20 franchises.
Yes.
And you can say, siguro I'll put up this burger stand.
Pwede,
and then nakasabi dun kung saan, it's very clear, kunyari, puhunan mo is 50,000 pesos.
Yes, they can loan. We have the franchise
and then
fund.
You can loan pa. If
you can. Example, you expand. So, let's say, okay ka na, di ba? One branch. Then you see, may opening pa, may space pa ganito. okay, utang ka rin for another branch.
Wow.
What I did was I really made specific loans already. Before kasi parang, sige, anybody can loan. Hindi pwedeng ganun eh.
Yeah.
There has to be like, we have Enterprise Rehabilitation Fund, let's say, nasalanta ng bagyo.
Yes.
They always give ayuda, di ba? But they forget about the business na natamaan din. So
Yes.
how can they recover when the business is not recovered? So we have fund for this. We have 2 billion for that.
Grabe, you guys are very excited to help people,
Yeah, and
which
we're
is
very
nice.
aggressive. Yeah.
So the people who are willing to loan, anong type of profile nila? Can anybody loan? Kunyari, I'll give you an example, OFW sa Hong Kong or Dubai.
Yes.
They want to put up a business para sa kapatid nila. Pwede silang pumuntaan mag-loan at kumuha ng franchise.
Online, yes, pwede. Pwede. All they need to do is to log into sbcorp.gov.ph. Pag hindi sila nabigyan ng loan, they just message me. Ako nang bahala sa kanila.
Privately. Ang galing. What about
Yeah,
training programs? Kasi hindi naman lahat entrepreneurs,
yeah,
diba?
correct.
Hindi nila
Yeah.
alam kung paano to run a business.
Yes. Okay, that's
Is
the
that
number.
something that DTI
yes,
offers?
that's the number 5 strategy, which is mentoring and learning.
Wow.
We always encourage mentoring and learning. Actually, we have a learning center, which we just did TikTok. So we did TikTok, we did other success stories also.
Yes.
I did that as an undersecretary. And after that, now na nag-secretary na ako, kino-continue pa rin yan. So,
yes, kasi kailangan
yes,
to constantly learn, even
correct,
how to
yes.
market your products,
Correct.
diba, online.
I always tell them that, we should never stop learning because knowledge is power.
Yeah.
The more we know, the stronger we become, and the more confident we become. And we'll never know when we're going to use it or when we're going to need it. PTTC is also under us, so we're crafting now online courses that they can actually study, let's say, or they can look at it, let's say, bago matulog, instead of watching
something, matuto sila.
Yeah, then matuto sila.
True.
So even basic accounting, pwede rin how to use social media
Tama.
to be able to drive the business. Short courses, hindi na pwedeng parang MBA style na sobrang tagal bago and it's all for free.
And what about these centers? Sa iba't ibang regions ba we have these centers under
Yes,
DTI?
yeah. We have negosyo centers in all the 18 regions, but the negosyo centers is around 1,300 centers that they can go to and check what the DTI offers to them. But now, we have another program. DTI goes to the region. So we started ito lang, which was very successful.
So pumunta kayo sa iba't ibang regions and you showcase
what the DTI has to offer. And we have this bus. And then the high-ranking DTI officials go there and we tell them exactly what we have to offer. So we got a good reviews, and they said na first time in history na ginawa ito.
Ang ganda rin because you're on site. So you really get to talk to the people, the entrepreneurs, at nalalaman mo kung anong problema nila.
Yes, yeah.
Face
exactly.
not just from an arm's length, but really you see, okay, let's say if it's, I don't know, logistics or something like that.
Correct. And we really go to them. And another thing where talagang is our trade shows.
Yes.
Doon, for me, the trade shows are very, very important because this is an avenue where we can really showcase the products of the MSMEs. Kasi I always tell them, what's the use of making the products if we cannot sell it? Then we don't belong to the Department of Trade and Industry. Kasi
that's true.
Ang DTI should be focused on income and trade. Hindi naman to Department of making
showcasing
products or
Tama.
showcasing.
It's trade. That's exactly
before
what it means.
we had only last year we had 5 trade shows. This year we're gonna have 12.
Wow.
So president is going for the first time in history that president will be attending a trade show.
Okay.
We have 3,000 square meters of booths from Region 1 to Region 18 that's showcasing all the products that are compliant and are registered with the DTI, meaning they can be sold retail or wholesale. So
and during the trade show, nagbebenta din sila?
Yes.
How do you, if you're an entrepreneur, how do I join the trade show?
You just, of course, call DTI, the same number that I gave, report to sec@dti.gov.ph or 1-384.
Okay.
Then if you want to join the trade show, of course, we're very much welcome to have you. It's free. It's always in highly populated, and a lot of people are
high
definitely there, high
people.
traffic, and Our sales have been good.
It's so they
In
don't
the
have to
past,
pay
yeah.
to get
No,
a booth.
everything is free.
Wow,
So,
okay yun.
yeah, in the past, we would sell 15 million for 5 days. Last year, we sold 74 million
Wow.
for 5 days. So, there's,
Alam mo,
madami
people really
talaga,
go
yeah.
there para mag-shopping. So if you're a
Yes,
small
yeah.
to medium, or even just a big brand and you want to have
Yeah.
some presence there, I think that's a
Pwede.
great initiative by the DTI.
Yes, yeah. And we have entertainment there, so may sayawan din doon. I added the band. So that's
okay,
why
yeah,
people
yeah.
stayed on.
Tama,
Yeah.
tama. And
Yeah,
is there
so-
food also
So,
that they
yes,
can
yeah,
eat?
there's food and there's entertainment.
Galing.
And we put now a cart. Kasi dati, bili ka lang ng 5 suka, you can't anymore carry it.
Oo.
Now there's a push cart. So
Oo.
there's no more reason why you
So
don't
it's
buy.
really
Yeah.
shopping.
Yeah,
Let's talk
shopping,
about
yeah.
I know that you guys are launching a DTI app for B2B
Yeah, B2B,
businesses.
yes, yeah.
That
That's-
is something that has been under the works for gaano katagal na, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually, that was 1 year in the making. I started that when I was an undersecretary, and I felt that that was really the need in this country. We are very much focused on just retail, which the big brands are already doing. So I felt that maybe we needed a wholesale platform so that those na gusto magnegosyo locally and globally can really look at and maybe find opportunities there. I have this home business, but wala na akong supply. Where do I find the supply now? So I just go there to the B2B marketplace and
Para
I'll
it's
definitely,
here sa
yeah,
Pilipinas.
I can find supplies either close by sa akin or let's say far away, but at least I have an idea where they are and that they exist.
And I guess this is also aligned with your digitalization.
Yes,
diba? Kasi
yeah.
noon wala namang ganun eh.
Yes,
How would people
yeah.
find suppliers or word of mouth?
Yeah, mahirap
research?
yeah. Or Google, yeah. Parang DTI must have a B2B marketplace.
And on the app,
yeah.
talagang all the data analytics are there as a
Yes,
buyer,
yeah.
as a seller.
Yes, and then nandyan din yung reviews, nandyan din kung
Perfect.
FDA approved sila or not. So, yeah.
As a seller, if kunyari, I want to sign up in the app, I need to be approved by DTI.
Yes, definitely. You cannot sell if you're not compliant and not registered because we need to protect the buyers also or the consumers
Yeah.
from the products that are being sold.
I think my biggest takeaway is that DTI is really here to protect the consumer.
Yes, yeah.
But also at the other end of the spectrum, the people who are selling.
Yes,
protects
yeah,
both
we have
ends,
to protect both the
Yeah, parang
manufacturers.
middleman
yes,
ka
yeah.
in the end.
Correct,
Na, oh, okay
yeah.
to, this person is okay.
Yeah, because the manufacturers provide jobs. So we want the business to grow. Kasi the more they grow, the more jobs. Importante kay Presidente ang jobs. He's always forever jobs, jobs, jobs. We need to generate jobs. And I don't
Yes.
want our exports to be people. We need the people to be home with family. So that's something that we're really pushing. That's why
Yes.
sobrang importante talaga for me to push the MSMEs. Kasi ang bilis mag-grow eh. Konting push lang, grow na sila eh. Not like of course, yung mga foreign trade, it's really a process that they need to go through. But of course, the big companies, the tycoons, they can handle that.
Yeah, I love this initiative because it really helps the small guys.
Yes,
diba?
yeah,
Because
yes.
it's sobrang hard din to start a business
It's
when you
very
have
hard to
these
start.
huge conglomerates that dominate, they have the best locations, kilala na sila, tapos
Yeah.
your small business starting out, ang dami pang mga barriers. So DTI is really here to break those barriers down, tulungan kayo, and as small, medium, micro entrepreneur, kailangan yung tignan talaga kung mga program nila.
Yeah,
Kasi
ng
makakatulong
DTI.
eh.
Yes, correct. And now when I travel, example, I go for trade mission, I just don't go for large and extra large. I also go for SMEs. So that's why we're actually super busy when we travel because we really do also the small and medium enterprises. And I found a lot of market for them because there are some businesses there that cannot also buy too much.
Yes.
So eksakto lang sila sa
Tama.
products ng SME.
Small lang. Yeah. What
Yeah.
about, do you have programs to protect the consumers? Me, I'm a
Yes.
consumer.
Yes, definitely. We have a lot of programs that protect the consumers, and we really enforce and monitor on a daily basis.
Who are the people who come up with your programs? Is it your team? Do you brainstorm with them? Nakita ko here na maraming mga bagets, the young
Yes,
generation. I love that you're also giving them a voice, diba?
Yeah, actually, my heart belongs to the young also.
Yeah,
I
yes.
really want the young. I want to open the doors for the young because I was young once in my life, and somebody also helped me, and I changed my life for the best.
Yeah.
So I want them to also experience the same experience but they need to also strive for excellence, because there is no way you can get to the destination or to really go higher up if you don't strive for excellence.
Everyone here is nodding their head. Totoo naman, you have to give them a chance because they have something to say and they have great ideas. What about the future programs of DTI? You have a lot of plans this 2025, 2026.
Yeah.
Some of them you're already checking, like DTI ASENSO Pilipino program. You have the
B2B,
app,
and
B2B
then,
app. What else is in store?
Okay, actually, another thing that I'm doing also is we're opening now DTI showrooms all over the world in DTI offices.
What?
That showcases the products of the SME. So
Ay,
let's say
ganda.
you have a product, you can leave it there. Kasi sometimes if you join the trade shows, first it's expensive. You have to travel pa, then it's only 3 or 5 days. So if the buyer doesn't go on that day, wala ka ng order. Not like ito, nandyan lang siya, then we can do a constant B2B until you finally get the order. So yun ang we've already opened in Japan, we've Brussels, Sydney, and actually 5, and then by this year dapat by 12.
And it's the same way to join. You have to go to the website. Tama ba?
No, you just
Iba
have to
naman.
call DTI,
Okay.
and we will really facilitate for you. Then, like example, we have these pearls that she won an award in New York and also in Paris. So definitely, she should be sold abroad, right?
Yes,
She should not be kept in Mindanao.
Tama.
So yeah, we brought her also to Japan. So naka-display siya doon.
Wow. And then do you bring the actual like entrepreneur, designer there to showcase
Yeah,
her
to
products?
showcase, and then we get the buyers to go and see the products, and then they order. Sometimes maliit, but that's where it starts. I
Ang
mean,
ganda.
maliit is better than none, right?
Yes, and also for them to be in another country to, see the culture there. Baka the next product they make is something very specific for Japan, diba?
Yeah,
or if you're in somewhere else, Korea, I don't know.
Correct.
I think now more than ever, our generation, we are so excited to support our local products. We're proud to wear, diba? We have this parang resurgence of that. Do you feel that do you feel it in DTI and also all over the world? People are more willing to support Filipino products?
Yes, actually, it started with the First Lady when she started to wear the weaver's fabric. Parang nabuhayan sila. So that's where we
nainganyo lahat,
doon
no?
kala
Parang,
nag-take off talaga. So parang we decided na, okay, we're all out support Filipino products.
She's the OG influencer.
For
diba?
the,
Si First Lady wearing that. And nakaka-inspire din because you're like, okay, this is something we should be proud of. Hindi yung parang something that we just kind of put in our history. Let's talk about the DTI ASENSO Pilipino, which is this program right here. What made you guys think about having a show to showcase different MSMEs?
Yeah, okay. When I started here, I said, parang daming programa dito sa DTI, pero walang programa ng asenso. Parang it's always para mag-level up, mag-upskill, mag-ganon, pero walang asenso. And then I met these kids. And then they brought back the asenso. And then all of a sudden, I realized, oh my God, baka tama ito. This is the right time. But when they pitched it to me, I said, wag muna ngayon kasi kakaumpisa ko pa lang. Let's get started first. Let me get started. And then after that, when I see that we are now ready to launch this, it took us 7 months to launch this. And now it's time to launch so that we can also feature a lot of stars that have started from nothing and are already actually on the way to really making it. So they will be inspiring other people so that at least yung mga sometimes the out of school or yung mga wala ng pag-asa, they feel that, oh, there's still a chance pala. So we can use this program as talaga.
As a way to inspire others, to also educate
Yeah.
yung mga entrepreneurs there na natatakot
Yes,
mag-start ng
natatakot.
business or siguro kailangan ng tulong.
Yes.
Because as an entrepreneur, ang dami mong challenges to face and you need to know how DTI or the government can help you. Because nandito naman sila para tulungan kayo, hindi lang para to put barriers.
Yes,
Tama ba?
or to just tell them that, okay, we have this program. Example, one time, in the trade show, lumapit yung peanut butter seller sa akin, ma'am, wala pa ho akong negosyo, wala pa akong benta. Ha? Then I said, kawawa naman to. So I called my friend na caterer. Punta ka na dito, you have to help this person. And then she said, Cris, I can't eh. It's my son's birthday today. Then I said, okay lang yan, halika na dito. Would you believe that girl, when she bought from her, she sent me a letter, 1,000 communities were helped.
Wow.
because of that order. The peanut butter pala was so good.
Yeah.
Except that they just didn't get to try it.
Wow.
But the caterer discovered her. So now they're really so grateful. So things like that. Ba?
Yes.
So those are the things that really drive me to keep on working. And another one is also with the SM group. Actually, Tessie was my neighbor, but I didn't really know her. So I wrote her a letter that, Mom, please, let's help them. Please, please, just give me 5 minutes of your time, Mom. If you don't like my idea, it's okay, I'll rest my case. But please, please.
And then
she texts me, okay, Cris, come here. Let's meet.
Okay.
Then she said, okay, game ako dyan. In 5 minutes, she said, okay, I'll give 83 malls. Let's make a group chat with my vice president. And I said, Mom, I don't know how to make a group chat. Then she said, okay, I'll do it.
Okay,
Then
okay.
So the three of us, her vice president, her and me, and we put all the suppliers there, pwede. Then she'll say, okay, this one goes to the grocery, this one goes to the store, this one goes to Kultura. So a lot have grown already. And she put up an MSME space in the ground floor of the malls when we know ground floor is reserved.
Prime location.
Prime and reserved for big companies.
Yes.
So she's really a huge help. And Kultura, the brand, has grown, and the MSMEs have grown also. So it's really win-win for all.
And I think hindi yun ma-access ng mga MSMEs kung wala ka. And si Miss Tessie Coson, because first of all, hindi ground floor, napakalaki ng rent nun.
Correct,
And then you have to be talagang forever na doon. Because,
correct.
diba, you have to build, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, a pop-up is a way for them to try, okay ba to?
Exactly.
Maganda ba to?
And if okay yung benta nila, then SM will tell them, okay, pwede. Another one who I asked from help is from Grace Tan Kaktiong of Jollibee. I was renting her place.
Talaga?
So I wrote her, Dear Ma'am Grace. Kasi ang kausap ko broker lang, Dear Ma'am Grace, baka we can help them. Please, Ma'am, kailangan ho nila ng tulong nyo.
Yeah.
Then she said, okay, come here. So, okay. Then she said, okay, what kind of help do you want? I said, I don't want them to share the Jollibee story. It's not reachable for the MSME. So I said, can we do it? How to be a supplier of Jollibee?
Oh,
So she said, okay, sige, game. So we brought the small and medium enterprises there. And then she brought all the procurement. Procurement head of Jollibee, procurement head of Chowking, procurement head of Mang Inasal.
Para turuan sila.
Lahat. No, para bumili sa mga, para to give them the opportunity to sell. And in that learning session, but she didn't tell me that she was gonna bring them. So we thought it was just gonna be like a talk.
Yeah.
And then from there, 2 people were able to sell charcoal to them. And then a lot of the sauces were also being tried. So it was actually super successful.
Grabe. What I love is that you have you're not scared to ask for help. Because,
I'm not scared.
Diba, what's the rejection you have? It's no. And then you move on. Pero so far, you've been getting all yeses.
I don't accept no for an answer.
Or also that. Can we
if
talk?
It's for the MSMEs, I don't accept no for an answer. I always tell them, maybe we can maneuver or find another way.
Yeah.
But I can't
find a
leave that
solution.
place with a no for an answer.
That's why you have an entrepreneur mindset, Sec. Let's talk about the kaagapay sa pag-asenso ng bawat Pilipino. Can you talk a little bit about that project and what you...
Okay. For that project, we're really trying to use that to help other people and for other people to help other people. But
Parang
of
pay
course,
it forward, parang ganon.
Yeah, pay it forward. But of course, for me, bottom line is benta and income. I mean, it's
Benta.
Benta
lang
is
yun.
life.
Yeah.
Kasi
okay, you should make that as a shirt.
Yeah, it's useless for us
Okay.
to make all these products and to make all these programs if at the end of the day, we don't
Hindi
earn
nabebenta.
anything. Yeah,
Oo.
it's a waste of time. We're the Department of Trade and Industry. We're not, let's say, DOST or TESDA, where we're supposed to be teaching them.
Okay.
We're supposed to be earning the money for them or making sure that they earn money. So when they come to me, there's no way that they cannot get benta. I'll find benta for them. That's for sure. Small, medium, or large benta. Basta may benta.
Yeah.
Pumunta sila sa akin.
Basta
definitely
may benta. I
Yeah.
like that.
Alam nila yan. All the people who work under me, I'm medyo strict, pero
Yes.
may benta.
May benta. Why do you feel na MSMEs are so close to your heart? Because I'm getting that from you.
Yeah, no. First I started from as an MSME, and I know the hardships. You need to give up a lot of things. I mean, I gave up so much
It's a
to
risk.
be able to make a go of my life.
Yeah. So that's why
so
parang
I know
you're
what
really
pushing
for programs to help them and
to help
assist
them.
them.
And they're the ones that need the help the most. Because the large corporations, They have access to money. They have
Yes.
access to, they have the people. They have access to government. And it's easy for them, no? But of course, we really help them also because we need the large income and we need the jobs that they can generate also. But now as DTI Secretary, hindi na ako pwede nakafocus only on MSMEs. I must focus on the three main, which is the international trade, the consumer protection, and the MSME development.
But they're still all tied together. I think the biggest takeaway I'm from our discussion is it's very circular. You know, you help one, this person helps the other, and it goes around and around. And that's what DTI is kind of the programs that you guys are releasing. Chris, any last message sa mga ka-asenso natin na nanonood ngayon, especially sa mga MSMEs? Do you want to inspire them? And of course, you've already launched all these programs na makakatulong sa kanila. What do you want to say to them po?
Okay, first and foremost, I want everyone to take advantage of the programs that the DTI has to offer, and the DTI is here to really help you as best as we can and as quickly as we can. We are here to really make sure that at least you will be able to grow, at least you'll be able to level up during at least the time of our President, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. That's his main directive also to me, to make sure that they level up. So we're really taking that very seriously. And to the MSMEs, never lose hope. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. All we need to do is to just go for it. If we have a dream, go for it. We'll never know. We could be the next big success story. It started, a lot of the conglomerates started as an SME.
That's true.
SM started as an SME, but they never gave up because at the end, they know that the hard work and excellent work will make sure that they'll get somewhere. So, go for it.
Do you want to invite for everyone to watch DTI ASENSO Pilipino or even go to the website to learn what they can enroll in?
Yes, I encourage everyone to, of course, watch ASENSO Pilipino. You'll definitely learn a lot here. And if you need to share your story, please message us in, of course, report to sec@dti.gov.ph or 1-384. We want to hear from you. We also want you to share your stories. You could really inspire a lot of people, and you could also make a difference in the lives of the Filipino people.
Mabilis po kayo mag-reply on that.
Mabilis ako mag-reply. You ask the guy,
important, diba?
3 a.m. tinatawagan kayo nag-uwi.
Huwag naman 3 a.m.
No, but I really talaga reply to everyone that needs the help.
Galing.
Thank you.
Wow, you guys are so efficient. And we can see it already here.
The people, magagaling ang mga taga-DTI, I must say. Excellent work, excellent people.
Oh, guys, did you hear that?
Yeah, I always tell them that it is our honor and our privilege to serve our country. So we must give our country our best.
Amen to that. Maraming salamat, Secretary Cris, for giving us the time and
of
also
course.
for having this beautiful initiative here that gives jobs to so many people, myself included. Excited na ako sa ating show. And of course, a huge thank you to all our ka-asenso. We know that every step in your business journey comes with its own challenges, but we're here to support you and to guide you through each part of your entrepreneurial adventure. We're excited to be part of your growth and success. Again, I'm Isabel Daza. Ito po ang DTI ASENSO Pilipino, ang kaagapay sa pag-asenso ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. So there. So
Thank
this is
you.
it. Yay! I'm so excited.
Yeah.
We have, alam mo, ang dami na natin.